faith, family, finance. Those are the things that are going to help us get ahead, y'all. And we're going to discuss it. I'm excited about our show today and our special guest, Miss Tiara Diamond, on this episode of The Realist State. Welcome everybody to this episode of The Realist State. We're so glad you chose to join us today. We're excited about our conversation. We've got a special guest on our program. She was born with an undeniable drive and dedication. She's rapidly making her mark on the world. At 21 years old, she's already a full-time makeup artist, certified lash technician, and the owner and founder of Diamond Lounge, which is located at 18478 Forest Road, Forest, Virginia, 24551. All while she's simultaneously pursuing licensure in aesthetics. She says that her greatest accomplishment is having her beautiful 1-year-old daughter, who is the light of her life and her biggest inspiration. Her secret power has always been defying odds. Through illnesses, even as an adolescent, to her own personal trials, she's found beauty in her adversity and dived deeply into her passion, which birthed what today is Tiarra Diamond Artistry. Real estate family, let's welcome our guest today, Miss Tiarra Harris. Welcome, Tiarra. It's good to have you here on The Real Estate.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. We've been trying to put this conversation together for some time, and this has happened and that's happened, but here we are today, and I'm really, really excited to have you on. As I was reading your bio, it just really struck me that you're just 21 years old and you've got so much going on. You're a businesswoman, you're a mother, you're just handling so much in the midst of everything that everybody's got going on. So I just really want you to take me all the way to the beginning of how you became who you are. Say it however you feel.
Well, okay. I've always wanted to be passionate about something, but I knew like growing up, I would watch other people and it's like, wow, they love what they do. And it would always be like, when am I going to find something that I love to do that doesn't feel like work or doesn't feel like a chore, or just doesn't feel like something I don't want to do. And so I always loved doing my own makeup, but I never thought to do it on other people, but other people love my own makeup and they wanted me to do it on them as well. And I kind of just stepped out on faith. I wasn't really sure because I had never done makeup on other people, but they seemed to want it, so I was going to give it to them, and here we are.
Wow.
I've been a makeup artist for, I think it's been going on 3 years now, full time.
3 years full time, and you just kind of started from scratch. All right, so let me roll the tape back even further then, because I mean, it's one thing for, if you roll it back 3 years, that makes about 17, 18, coming out of high school and all that kind of time there. Now, it seems like a whole lot of other folks have a lot of stuff on their mind at the same age. You know, folks are going here, this and that, doing all kinds of different things, and somehow you ended up pursuing business just right out of the gate. Talk to me about where you think that instinct kind of came from.
I kind of think it came from, I did the dental program in high school and I wasn't really satisfied with the outcome. And so I knew that I didn't want to go out into the real world doing something that I didn't feel confident doing, but I knew that I was very confident in makeup and beauty and things that had to do with that. So I wanted to do something that I was confident with, that I didn't mind like stepping out on faith and actually being okay and just doing it without any issues. And I knew that makeup was one of those things. So
Wow.
That's kind of where that started.
Wow. So you said the buzzword. So faith. You said you stepped out on faith. Now, your family and my family has been connected all down through the years, and say a little bit about where you think your faith foundation really kind of comes from. Where'd you start?
I think it kind of came from my family itself, and then my mom just growing up and like kind of raising me and my sister to understand that we can do anything that we put our mind to. So if we want to be somewhere, we are going to have to be the ones that take us that route, like take us that route and get us to that destination. Like nobody else is going to do that for us.
Yeah.
So just understanding that it all starts with you is kind of like, it's a big load on your shoulders, but it's like, it's good to understand and grasp that in the beginning versus being halfway through and thinking people are going to do things for you, because they aren't.
Yeah.
So it kind of all starts with you.
It all starts from within. Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, look, I'm wearing the Water Walkers, right? The Water Walkers t-shirt, and the whole idea is walking on water, and
Right.
and we're doing the impossible, just because we can. And
You're right.
I guess my foundation is in the fact that I can do anything because the one who created me, is capable of doing anything. And so he puts that within us, and I see a lot of that light shining in you. By the way, the T-shirt is courtesy of your sister, which is cool. AM Handmade. So big shout out to another small business in our small for now business in our area. So Lynchburg is where we are doing what we do, and you have found your way at 21 years old to have your own shop, your own business rolling. Tell us about your business, and what you guys offer, and how that experience has been going for you.
It's kind of been surreal. Like every day that I wake up, I can't believe that I have my own salon. It kind of feels like when I'm going to work, like, who left me in this place? Like, who did who did this? But it's like, I did this. We have makeup, waxing, eyelash extensions, hair, like installation, like weaves and then braids. We're kind of looking for some new services. I'd like a tattoo artist or maybe someone that does piercings, but that's just kind of in the future. That's just something I want to bring to the salon in the future. But those are all the things that we have now. And I think we're doing pretty well with the services that we offer as of right now.
Nice. I love it. It really shows that creativity, is something that we have on the inside. But as young melanated folks, it's good to get that message out there that you can turn that creativity into a bona fide business. You can take care of yourself based on what's going on in here first, and you can use your hands to then be productive with that. So you mentioned your faith. You mentioned your family. Now you've got a rich family legacy here in the Lynchburg area, and that's pretty cool. As a matter of fact, okay, full disclosure. So I'm the pastor over at Rivermont Baptist Church, and even our Bible study is named after your great grandma, the Blanche Green Bible Study. And so I see where the faith and the family have had something to do with your evolution into a financial outlook. So now, running a business at 21 years old, there's got to be people who are going to watch this, and they're going to say, well, how did you get yourself into business? She must have grown up with a silver spoon in her mouth. Somebody must have given it to her. Talk a little bit about how to get something started from scratch at such a young age.
That's a good question. So many people do look at it that way, but I intentionally didn't even go into this with the thoughts that I was going to be a salon owner. I just wanted a place or a space or just an area to do what I love to do comfortably. And that ended up I ended up getting blessed with a salon. I had no idea that wasn't my intentions. I had no idea that I'd be able to obtain like everything that I have this young. I saw myself doing it at like 30 to like 35. Like, yeah, I see myself with a salon at that age. But like now, I never saw that for myself ever. But I think it's just, this is not me, it's God. That's what I tell everybody. Like, I never know, like, this is not me, it's God. He put me here to serve, and I feel like I'm trying to do everything I can to just walk in my purpose. I hope I'm doing everything correctly. I hope I'm doing everything that He's called me for.
Yeah, listen, it shows from afar, because there are so many folks that see you in business and then are inspired to know that they can do something may be laid on their heart to do. And so that's part of why we do this show, is to expose to other folks what's possible for them. A lot of times it's possibilities that seem so far away that if someone would just put themselves forward as an example of what could happen, then folks could find the courage to step out on faith and really believe that something's there. Wait, gotta interrupt you. I gotta interrupt myself. Listen, I just need to ask you, please, I'm telling you, the people need to hear what we're talking about here today. So make sure, share this video, like it, subscribe, hit that notification bell, do what you gotta do to stay connected to the Realist State show so that we can get this message out here, keep these conversations going. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Do it now. Do it now. Come on, do it now. All right, so we're back with Miss Tiara, and she is really blowing my mind with the maturity of her perspective and how she's really just jumped into business and is handling things. Now, as a young entrepreneur, I still classify myself as young, so what are some of the things, Tiara, that you go through on a day-to-day basis, or that you have to do on purpose in order to keep things going and really keep the shop, keep the salon afloat, and progressing forward? What's that experience like?
That's one of my favorite questions. It is not what it looks like. A lot of people look at it like, and it is, so it's a blessing. But it's not what it looks like. I do get to get up every day and do what I love. However, I have to wake up really, really early. I have to make sure my daughter is squared away before I start my day. So I have to start her day, then start my day. Then I'll work, and then I'll go to school around 1 p.m. I get out of school around 5. And then this is an everyday thing, and then I go to work. Some days I don't get to see my daughter. The only time I get to see her is when I drop her off in the morning. So that kind of makes me sad. I only get to see her on FaceTime. I'll be at the shop until 9, 10 o'clock at night. This is weekdays or weekends. So some days I'll just get to see her on FaceTime or just get a text about her. I'm kind of making sure my tenants are good. So me and my partner, we kind of have to check in with each other, make sure we're on the same page. So I'm kind of checking in with my partner, making sure our tenants are good, making sure my daughter is good, and then all the while still maintaining myself and then just my business for my own clients. So it's kind of a lot, but it's really, really fun for me. So I don't really look at it like work. Yeah. It's a blessing. It's not kind of a blessing. It's a blessing because a lot of people wake up and don't get to do what they love. They go to a job they hate every single day. And I'm fortunate enough to not have to do that.
Wow. Yeah. So there's an element of sacrifice that sounds like it's a part of the whole equation. So if I had to try to sum up some of the things that I've heard you talk about, there's definitely some discipline involved. Nobody, like you said, nobody's gonna do it for you. So you've got to get yourself going in the morning, and you've got a routine to make sure the family's in place and you can get on into business mode. I hear you talking a lot about cooperation and collaboration, not only with family members, but even with your business partners and those that work with you. And then it sounds like there's some consistency that's really important to the whole thing. How in terms of how your days go in a week running a salon, for somebody that might be wondering, is Monday ever the same as Tuesday, which is the same as Wednesday, or is it something? How's that go?
Every single day is something different, but it's like a good unexpected. It's like, well, what are we gonna do today? What's new? So it's kind of like every day that I wake up, it's never like, oh, I don't want to go to work. Oh, I don't feel like going to work. Oh, I can't get out of the bed. It's like, oh, let's go see what's going on today. So I really love that, because I remember waking up every day for school like, oh, I hope I get to do something I love when I grow up, because I don't like this. So it's it's really rewarding.
Cool. Yeah. See, you really don't know the joy of working for yourself until you really understand that your time is really your greatest asset. So if we trade all of our time for someone else's agenda or someone else's plan, thinking that the money will replace the time, a lot of times people have to wait until they're in their 30s and 40s to realize that maybe I should use my time to accomplish my agenda. And it sounds like you've kind of cracked that code already. That's pretty cool. All right, so a couple of final questions. You're really opening my eyes to a world of possibilities for the young folks out here. I want to give them a little shot of realism though. Let's see. What would you say is the hardest part about being a business owner? You've talked about some of the challenges, but if you had to warn somebody to get themselves ready for this part of owning their own business, what would it be? The hardest thing.
The hardest thing. I wouldn't say it's my clients. I wouldn't say it's my job. I would say when it's time to use your reward, so use your money that you've made doing what you love to do what you have to do. So pay bills, supplies, so like stock up your area, investing is kind of fun. So doesn't really count, but like paying bills and stocking up your area, I don't really like doing that. It's not fun, but it's something I have to do so I can keep doing what I love to do. Yeah. So I'd say just being prepared for bills and not all your money you're gonna have to be able to have fun with. A lot of it you are, but some of it has to go to, you got to do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do.
Got to do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do. So staying focused with the finances and making sure you're reinvesting in yourself before you go and have fun or whatever.
Right.
Okay. All right. So tell me about the best day you've ever had in business. What was the most exciting day, or what was the highest point you've had thus far?
Okay, I have like two of those days.
Okay.
So one day, I had done a lady who was a cancer survivor. I think she had breast cancer, so she had lost a lot of her hair. So she doesn't really keep herself like up or like glammed up all the time. So I had done her makeup and she really loved it. And I guess like she went home and like she cried, or I'm not sure. Her sister inboxed me and she was like, "Thank you so much for making my sister feel so beautiful." I'm about to cry now. And it just like really made my day. It just really like kind of like reinforced like why I do what I do. Like it kind of made me like not understand, because I know why I'm here to do what I do, but it just made me like fulfilled to know like somebody else understands and appreciates my gift. Sorry. Then the second time was I had done like 18 people in one day, and I just like couldn't believe I had done that. I did a wedding party of 16, and then I went home and did like 2 full faces like that evening, and I just like that like night I was just like astounded at myself, like how did I do that? Like 18, that's a lot of people, and like my 2 little hands did them all. So I'd say those 2 days were like my top 2 days where it was just like, wow, like I did that.
Yeah. Isn't it something when you begin to realize how powerful you actually are, beyond the limits? Like the first thing that you mentioned about being able to help somebody who was going through, and then to see their appreciation for what you had to bring to the table. I noticed that your passion really kind of came through. Your heart really came through, and I just want to press you, I guess, in our closing moments of our conversation about what we've. Well, I mentioned it in reading your bio, but I really want to hear it from your voice. So you mentioned that you've had to overcome adversity. To whatever degree you feel good about, talk about those adversities and how you were able to overcome them beyond, the quick, just add water, think positive and you'll be okay. I know that there had to be a day-to-day process of getting beyond some of the challenges that I know you've overcome. So talk about some of that.
Growing up, I did have like joint pain, and I've seen like many doctors along the East Coast. We were trying to search for a cure. So that, like, growing up was kind of really discouraging, because it's like my peers, they didn't have those type of issues because they were issues. So they didn't have those type of issues. So just being around people that didn't really understand what you were going through. And so they're just kind of thinking, oh, she's just complaining. She's lying, or she's just trying to get over. She just wants people to feel sorry for her. Just like growing up with like things like that going on, that's kind of hurtful. So like just using that as fuel to like do better, or just want to do better, or just so people can see that you're not just like down bad and hurt like on your own. Like it's really like you couldn't help it, but you're just using that pain and just driving it with passion. And then I'd say growing up, like entering into like adult years, so like graduating high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I knew I just wanted to do something passionate. So just like being around like other people that kind of were deeper into their career, just like deeper into where they wanted to be in life, seeing those people kind of talk down on me. She doesn't want to go to college, or she doesn't want to go to college, she's not going to be anything. And then I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter at 19. And to a lot of people, that is a young age to get pregnant. And a lot of people, like so many people that I thought were like the closest people to me, were very, very negative about that. So that was kind of like my like turning point moment to like, okay, like y'all ain't seen nothing yet. But a lot of people thought like my daughter would be the end of me, but it's like she really like birthed a whole new person. Like I'm not gonna say I wouldn't be where I am today without her, but I don't think I would have gotten here as quickly without the motivation that she gives me every day. Like every day I get to wake up and I have somebody looking at me, and I just want to be great for her. I don't know, I just want her to be so proud of me. So I just know what I have to do so that I can have my daughter look at me how I want my daughter to look at me.
Wow. I like your passion and your determination are something that I think are really worth highlighting. You know, I've seen you, watched you overcome so much, and I just got to let you know on behalf of everybody that's in your corner, you know, from the Lynchburg area and beyond. We know Lynchburg isn't going to be able to hold you very long because you've got a big world to take over. Yeah, there's a big industry out there that needs you. I believe it's probably a $3 or $4 billion industry, cosmetics and such things. So look, you got to go out there, get that bag. I'm so proud of you. I'm glad to be connected to you. And we're looking forward to having you back so you can tell us about your next your next projects and things that you've got going on. Tell the folks how they can get in touch with you. How can we connect with you? Social media, all of that. Drop your stuff now.
Okay, I'm here on Facebook. So Facebook is Tiara Diamond Makeup Artistry. That's my business page. My business Instagram is Tiara Diamond MUA. And then both of those have links on them so that you can access my booking site just straight from that handle. So you don't need any other information for that. So you can access my booking site through Instagram and Facebook.
Excellent. Listen, y'all, I'm telling you, she's the best. My wife has been blessed with her services, with her gift, and you know we've seen her develop into quite the entrepreneur in the Lynchburg area. So, Real Estate family, we're thankful to you for joining us for this episode. We've had this conversation with Tiarra Diamond Harris, and we hope you come back for the next episode. We can continue the conversation about faith, family, finance, how we can walk on water, do the impossible just because we can. But I just want to remind you, listen, whatever you do, wherever you go, always remember, keep it real.